Alright, welcome to day 77 of Mastering Astral Projection. I just got done working and, oh man, it's late. I was in there for an hour and 48 minutes. I don't know how. I was really tired when I started, and I don't actually think that I fell asleep. I was really uncomfortable, you know. A lot of times when you're tired, you want to roll over, and something I learned from the lucidology is that you force yourself not to roll over, but rather to stay in the same position. The thing that happens is often it can get really uncomfortable, like it's almost painful. That's what I was doing tonight. I was having, I guess it's all practice, right? Like, unbelievable tickling sensations on my face, like somebody was tickling me with a feather, and yet I didn't, scratch. I just, worked at really ignoring it, and it's one of the things you have to be able to do, and both Brian and Robert talk about it. So, doing a lot of that, having discomfort in the, especially around the shoulders, sometimes in the hands, where you really want to move. The only thing that I've always found a bit challenging is that I do accumulate a certain amount of saliva. Tonight it wasn't so bad, but it was more dry tonight, so I was having, and in fact I still have a bit of pain in my sinuses because my sinuses are really dry. I was working out in the yard a lot today, so the need to swallow, though, I sometimes wonder if it breaks anything, but it doesn't feel like it does. But still, just having a difficulty in focusing on doing the exercises. I'm still doing a lot of the rolling method, which is what we're focusing on today. The rollout method, doing what Brian had suggested, doing the clock. I was doing a bit of that. I made it all the way around the clock, which is really interesting. I keep going back to the rope technique, but I realized if you don't have a certain amount of energy to do the exercises, that certain exercises are difficult. Like I couldn't do the elevator tonight. It just felt like it would take too much effort to do it. So I kept going. I kept doing rollout, and then I kept doing the rope. And I kind of went back and forth between those two. I don't know if there's anything else that I was trying. I did try a little bit of pleating. Please. It's kind of pathetic. It doesn't work. I don't think there's actually a pleating method, but you do end up having a lot of like affirmative thoughts, which is what I was working with a lot tonight, which is, telling myself that it was okay to leave the body, it was safe to leave the body, that I was going to leave the body, or I am leaving the body. Sometimes rather than just doing a rollout, I imagine that I'm sitting up in my astral body, and I'm laying down. By the way, I should mention that. So I've been practicing with that for this last group of 7 sessions, instead of just sitting. So I'll force myself to like swing up and sit on the edge of the table, and then get off the table and go for a walk outside the room. So that's basically what's going on. Still haven't gotten out. I feel like a prisoner in my body. Anyway, we'll be starting a new week tomorrow, so I'll get back at you then.